Hi everyone and welcome back to Clues by Sam. We have a medium difficulty ahead of us today. I am excited. I don't want to do any mistakes. If you don't know what Clues by Sam is, it's a board logic puzzle where you have 20 people. Each of them will give you a clue and you gotta follow those clues without doing any guesses and try to figure out who is a criminal and who is an innocent on the board. Let's get started. We have Amy telling us that Gus is one of Carol's two innocent neighbors. Gus is an innocent, and we know that Carol, who's here, has another innocent neighbor among the 5 total that she has. Now, Gus is telling us that both criminals below Carol are connected. So that tells us that Paula has to be a criminal, because it's the only way for 2 criminals to be connected among 3 people. And we know there's another one here, and the other one is an innocent. Now, Paul is telling us that exactly 1 innocent in row 2 here is neighboring Kyle. Kyle is here, and 1 innocent in row 2 is Gus. That's neighboring Kyle, so both Freya and Henry are criminals. And we don't need this clue anymore. Now, Freya is telling me that if Henry is criminal, then Jason is innocent. Which is true. Now, Henry is telling us, flavor text, Jason's telling us there's only 1 innocent doctor. Ooh, let's pay attention. We have 1 innocent doctor here already, who is Amy. So Evie is another doctor, and she's a criminal. And no other doctors, right? Please. No other doctors. Okay, so don't need this clue anymore. Evie is telling us that all criminals in column C are connected. This is column C. And since we know that both criminals below Carol are connected, Carol cannot be a criminal too, because she would need to be connected to the 2 below her. So Carol is an innocent, and Gus has 2 innocent neighbors. So we found them. They are Carol and Jason, and now we know that... Nah, I'm reading this wrong. Carol has 2 innocent neighbors, and Gus is one of them. But now we know that either Bobby or Diane are innocent. Now, Carol's telling us that the person directly below Nancy is innocent, which is Vicky. And I don't need this. Vicky's telling us that exactly 2 of Henry's 4 innocent neighbors also neighbor Kyle. Okay, so Henry has 4 innocent neighbors. We know about 2 of them already. And there has to be another 2 in here. And they also neighbor Kyle, 2 of them. One of them is Gus, and the other one has to be Mark, because these are the only neighbors Henry and Kyle have in common. So Mark is an innocent. And we still don't know about Kyle and Diane, who is who there, but one of them has to be an innocent too. Now Mark's telling us that exactly 1 innocent below Bobby is neighboring Isaac. And this person must be Jason, because he's an innocent and he's neighboring Isaac, and he is below Bobby. And the other neighbors that Isaac has below Bobby are Freya and Olive, so Olive has to be a criminal. Now I don't need this clue anymore. Olive's telling us that Bobby has more innocent neighbors than Rob. And Bobby has 3 innocent neighbors, so Rob can have 2 at max. Where's Rob? Well, one of them is here and the other one is between these 2, so Zach has to be a criminal. Now, don't need this clue anymore. Zach's telling us there are more criminals than innocents below Henry. And we have 3 people below Henry, so there has to be 2 of them who are criminals in order to be more than innocent. Now, Rob's telling us there's a non number of innocents neighboring Paula. Where's Paula? Here. Well, we already know that Paula has 3 innocent neighbors because we have 2 here, another one among these people. So one that has to be a criminal, or else we would have an even number, which would be 4. And don't need this clue anymore. Now one that's telling us that row 4 has more criminals than any other row. And that tells us that Nancy is a criminal because row 2 has 3 criminals, which is the same as row 4 has now. So in order for row 4 to have more, Nancy has to be a criminal 2. Now Nancy doesn't tell us. Nancy tells us that she doesn't have more innocent neighbors than Diane. I don't have more innocent neighbors than Diane, which means she has less innocent neighbors than Diane, or the same number. Which she does. She has 2 innocent neighbors already, and Diane has 2 too. So Isaac has to be a criminal. Now Isaac's telling us that exactly 1 farmer has a criminal directly to the right of them. Now let's look for all the farmers. We have Isaac, who is a farmer, has a criminal to the right of them. Isaac doesn't have a criminal to his right. Jason, May. Is there any other farmers? Let's pay attention because yesterday we didn't. Nope. Xavi is a farmer. I almost made the same mistake. So Xavi is a farmer and he has a criminal to the right of him. So any other farmers cannot have criminals to their right. Jason thus has Kyle as an innocent. And then we know that Xavi is a criminal. Now, what clue do we have to look at to figure out Bobby and Diane? What am I missing? This is one of Carol's 2 innocent neighbors. Carol has to have 1 more innocent neighbor. Let's go through all the clues again. Person directly below Nancy. We know that. All criminals in column C. We know that if Henry is a criminal, we know that. Both criminals below Carol, we know that. Did you know? Nope. Exactly 1 farmer has a criminal. We know about all the farmers. There's only 1 innocent doctor. It's Amy. Fishing. Exactly 1 innocent below Bobby. Neighbors Isaac. I don't have more innocent neighbors than Diane. Oh, we know about Henry. Henry has 4 innocent neighbors. So Diane has to be a criminal and Bobby has to be an innocent. We are done. That's in 9 minutes. I clearly dismissed a clue that I should have kept there. But in any case, it's an all green day, so I'm happy with that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be here again tomorrow with more Clues by Sam if you're here. See you then.